The college baseball postseason gets underway on Friday. 64 teams trying to get to Omaha for the World Series. I'm Adam Azer with NCAA.com baseball editor Doug Kroll. Doug and I are giving you the names that you need to know from around the country. Some really great players that are looking to make their mark this month. And to me, Doug, it starts with Florida State. Buster Posey, what a year he's had.
I mean, it has to. You look at the categories that he's leading across the nation: slugging percentage, on-base percentage, OPS, batting average. He's hitting .467. The next guy on the list is .438. So that just goes to show you how far and away good he's been from the rest of the players across the country. And then you look at the other things he can do. He can play all 9 positions, which he did in a game this season. And he's also one of only 3 players to have 100 hits all across the country.
Yeah, his Seminoles, the number 4 national seed. Another national seed with a great player, a shortstop, Gordon Beckham for the Georgia Bulldogs. Tell us about Beckham and some of the other superstars.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect a college shortstop to be able to hit 23 home runs, but that's exactly what Beckham has done. And he's also hit .394. So he's not just mashing the ball out of the park to a low average. He's also hit for average, which you can't ask for anything better than that out of your shortstop. And he's played good defense. So all around, he has really helped carry Georgia into one of those national seats.
Of course, Arizona State's got one heck of a player as well.
Yeah, Arizona State's got Brett Wallace out west. And then you look down south, you got Miami, who's got Jamal Weeks and Yonder Alonso, who could really wreak havoc on any pitching staff. They have shown that all year. And so, I mean, those are the big-time names that you have to really get familiar with this weekend.
Yeah, especially if you're an MLB draft fan. You'll be hearing some of those names as well.
That's for sure, yeah.
How about some of the more under-the-radar hitters?
Well, I think we're going to start at Michigan. Nate Recknagel has really wreaked havoc on a lot of pitching staff as well. He's hit .372. He's also hit 23 home runs, so he's done a good job leading the Wolverines to that Big Ten title and hosting a regional as well. And then you look down south to LSU. You got Matt Clark, who's really been the motor to the Tigers winning those 20 straight games.
Now, it's postseason baseball time, Doug. We're going to hear a lot about starting pitching. Starting pitching wins championships, so this gives us a good time to talk about some of the aces, some of the guys that are going to shut down lineups around the country.
Yeah, one guy maybe a lot of people haven't heard of, but they may after this weekend, is Southern Miss's Barry Bowden. He was going to be the number 2 seed there in the Baton Rouge Regional. And, you know, he's been really good. He's 8-3 with a 1.62 ERA, one of the national leaders in that category. And he's only pitched 62 innings, so he's fresh. And that means a lot coming into this thing because you need some length out of your starting pitching.
The Missouri Tigers need length from their starting pitching.
Yeah, and they continually get it as well. They got a 1-2 punch maybe no team has in this country. Aaron Crow and Kyle Gibson. Crow has 117 strikeouts and 98 innings of work. So that just shows you how good he's been. And another guy, when you look out west, is San Diego, Brian Mattis, who has been really good once again after a stellar year last year. So he could pose some real big threats for any team facing San Diego.
Yeah, and when you're talking about Mattis and Crow, you might be talking about the 2 best pitchers in the country. But of course, there's more than just starting pitching. It's going to get to the bullpen at some point. The bullpen becomes so important this time of year, Doug.
Yeah.
So give me 2 closers we need to look out for.
Well, I think Josh Fields of Georgia certainly jumps to the top of that list. He's got 16 saves this year. His numbers are just off the charts. He consistently throws in the mid-90s. His batters are hitting just .092 against him. He's got 53 strikeouts in 29 2/3 innings. Batters just have 9 hits off him. So he's really been dominant for Georgia. And when they have a lead late in games here in the postseason, you know, you could see him throw 2 to 3 innings at the end of the games, and which means the door will be shut on the opponent. So that's certainly one guy. And then you look at UC Irvine, who's going to be a seed there in Nebraska. Eric Pettis is a guy with 15 saves, not overpowering like Fields, but at the same time, you know, he's done a very good job closing games for the Anteaters.
All right, well, there you have it, some of the best players around the country. Of course, there's just not enough time to list everyone, but that's a good start. Doug Kroll, thanks again.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching our college baseball preview. Regionals start on Friday. Check out NCAA.com for news and scores. Next week, we'll be breaking down the super regional matchups.
Yep.
I'm Adam Azer for CBS College Sports.